You know, Kate and I have been involved in social media marketing for a long time, both together and independently. And a lot of people come up when they see what we're doing and they tell us, you know, I tried social media marketing for my business and I just think it's a big waste of time. And we talked about it and we feel like there's the same pattern behind people who say that.
Yeah, it's so interesting because social media, everyone is always, they act like it's this big mystery. And at the end of the day, it's a new way to communicate with people, but the old school rules of business still apply. And so, for example, we've all gone to networking events where you have that guy that is just, or girl, that's coming up to you and just giving your business card and trying to push your product or service. Definitely not this guy, but they're just trying to talk about themselves and they don't even ask you one question. Or worse, they just come up to a group and they just start passing out your business card. Well, obviously that is not a way you would interact with someone at a networking event, and that is clearly not the same thing that you would do on these social media sites.
Yeah, it's a total turnoff. We all know what that's like.
Yes.
And so the pattern that we find behind people that are getting on social media is they treat it like direct mail, or they treat it like a TV ad. And every single post is an opportunity to talk about me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my products, my offers, you know, come buy from me. And that's not why we're on social media. The same reason we're not at a cocktail party, right? So we've come up with a way to kind of describe the process to become more successful at social media marketing. And we're not the only people who do this, but this is kind of our term for it. And we call it REX. It's an acronym for Reach, Engagement, and Action.
And the great thing about REX, I'll interrupt him for a second, is that it's not only a process, but it's measurable. And this is what's so huge with businesses, is not only to have that plan, but to have a plan, and this is how you can measure how social media is working for you and your business.
It's critical because social media marketing is not an overnight success. And if you don't have a way to kind of gauge whether you're headed in the right direction or not, you don't know if you continue putting the efforts in and you're eventually going to get there, or if you're just spinning your wheels. And so that's what REX allows us to do. And so I'll break it down. Reach is basically how many people you're reaching when you're online. If you're starting from scratch and nobody's following you, there's no point in focusing on which one of your posts is more popular because one got 1 like and one got 2 likes, right? So you need to be out there really building your audience, focusing on reach. And there's some ways to do that, and it's usually less about what you're posting and more about how you're interacting with other people. So if you're sharing other people's content who already has an audience, if you're adding value and giving out helpful resources and tips, and you're being a part of the community and you're retweeting what other people are saying or commenting on other people's Facebook posts, that's your best bet for expanding that reach.
And what's really great too with Reach is that now Facebook makes it so easy and cost effective to get people, to get your target market onto your page. Obviously, like Jeremy said, you have to be able to provide value once they get there, but targeting advertising on Facebook and getting fans to like your page and start boosting some of those posts, now you can start to see your audience building with the right people that makes sense to be on your page.
Yeah, investing in advertising on social media is like putting some Miracle-Gro right on your reach. It's going to get you an opportunity to double, triple, 10x your audience in just a short period of time. Once you have an audience, the next thing you want to focus on, it's still not promoting yourself. It's basically learning what your audience responds to. And that's called engagement. What can you put out there that's actually going to get somebody to stick around and engage with your post?
And one thing I feel like we're also, as a business owner, we get really excited because we want hundreds and thousands of followers on our Facebook page. But when you start to grow a little bit of an audience and somebody comments, comment back, like that they liked one of your posts, or start a conversation with them. Even if you only have 20 people on your page, start interacting with those people. It's so important to start there, start small and show just that small group that you're really excited that they're there. And that's going to build the rapport with those people. They'll start to share your pages, which will help you, again, kind of going back to that reach. Now you're starting to engage. So you can see they're kind of building on each other from reach to engagement.
Yeah. It's really tempting to get stuck in the reach phase and always be thinking about getting more and more people on your page. But it's really important to actually dedicate the same or more amount of time to cultivating the people who did show up and making sure that they feel special and actually that they're being engaged with. Because that's what social media is about.
Yeah.
Now, once you have an audience that's engaged, you can now begin to think about taking action with those users. And I say begin because, again, it's not like you're going to flip a switch and become that business card guy. You're going to start to find relevant ways to move these people with call to actions to actually start to do business with you. Maybe it's just selling the next link in the chain. Maybe it's not taking them from a total stranger to a customer. Maybe it's taking them from a total stranger to somebody who gave you their email address, or somebody who's sharing your content, or somebody who came to a webinar. These are great ways to use social media to move your potential customers towards taking action with you.
And once you start building your content and you have all this valuable information, it's going to be that much easier when you do post something like a link to your website to learn more about you or maybe one of your products or to read one of your blog posts. They're going to, because now they're starting to like you and they're feeling like, okay, I'm getting to know this person, and they share really great information, and then that action step is just going to be a whole lot easier for you.
So if you're one of those people that are going to approach us and say, I tried social media marketing, but it was just a big waste of time, hopefully you flip this on its head now and you're thinking about the process of building your reach and then your engagement before you ever expect any action back. And really the unifying theme behind the whole process is adding value for your customers.
Absolutely. So we want to know about you. What are you doing for your clients and customers? How are you adding value to their lives and using social media as a way to do that? Comment below and let us know.